Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Giselle, I review fragrances. If you're new here, welcome. I'm super duper happy you landed here on my channel. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your loyal support. Guys, one thing I have realized through the years is that they can tell you I like light fragrances, I like strong fragrances, I like sweet fragrances. Do not expect people who are not into fragrances to tell you they like gourmand. They can tell you I like sweet fragrances, I like florals. Florals is a category that people tend to identify even if they are not into fragrances, but that's pretty much it. And it's even more stressful when they go to department stores. Maybe this happened to you before, and the sales associate asks you, what type of fragrances do you like? And it's even embarrassing because you don't even know what to say, and saying, I don't really know. It's kind of embarrassing, right? So I'm here to make your life easier, and I have put together a list of affordable and niche fragrances that can make perfect gifts when you don't know what to buy. So if you're interested in learning more about these fragrances, stay tuned. Welcome back, and let's get into it. We will start my list with the elegant and sophisticated ladies. And for those elegant and sophisticated ladies out there, I have three options. The first one is Libre Intense. I absolutely love this fragrance. It smells way more expensive than it is. It's a vanilla lavender floral concoction. Yeah, it definitely smells way more expensive than it is. This is more for a person who's very confident about herself. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend this because it's a little bit strong. It is actually a heavy hitter, and it is for people who like to command attention. So if the person is shy, even if she's elegant and sophisticated, this is not for her. Now, if she's a very confident woman, she will definitely love this. The second option is Infusion Diaries Cedre. I always say that Cedre to me is the most elegant woody note. I love sandalwood, but I think when it comes to elegance, nothing beats Cedre. And I think this fragrance from the entire Infusion Diaries collection is the most elegant by far. The original is also very elegant. The thing is, iris is a very difficult flower. It's not for everyone. I'm gonna talk about that later. So I think this is way safer. It's perfect to wear to work. It's perfect for any time during the day. It's perfect for the night. It's perfect to run errands. It's a really versatile fragrance, very soft, but with a lot of presence. And yeah, it's definitely sophisticated. And the third option I have is none other than Coco Noir. You know, guys, I love this fragrance. It's very elegant. I always say that Coco Noir reminds me of a perfectly pressed poplin button-down shirt that you just pick up from the dry cleaners. This is what this smells, especially during the winter. The colder the weather, the crispier this becomes. It's absolutely beautiful, guys. So I think with these three options, you could be pretty safe. So guys, the next category is for people who love floral fragrances. Floral fragrances are the easiest to identify, even for people who are not into fragrances. They won't be able to tell you I like gourmands, I like fougères, but they're gonna be able to tell you I like florals, usually. So for this category, I picked three, two niche and one designer. And this designer one smells niche, 100%, and it is L'Interdit Edition Millesime. This is a beautiful orange blossom fragrance. Why orange blossom? Well, if I had to recommend a floral fragrance, especially if you're gonna blind buy that fragrance or you don't even know the person, you just know, let's say you just know that person likes floral fragrances. I would try to stay away from indolic flowers like gardenia or like jasmine, for example, or like tuberose. Tuberose is a flower that not everybody enjoys, starting with me. And same with gardenia. I adore gardenia. However, many people don't like gardenia either, and let alone iris. Iris is a very difficult flower. It's powdery, but it can also be leathery. Iris can take so many different directions. I would say it's one of the least safe flower notes. So I would stay away from iris. I will stay away from tuberose, gardenia, even jasmine, anything that could smell indolic. Be careful with that. I think the safest floral notes are orange blossom, rose. Not everybody like rose, but it is more common to find people who like rose than people who like jasmine or tuberose, for example, let alone gardenia. So I would say orange blossom is safe, rose is pretty safe, and frangipani could be safe, but not 100%. I would say the safest flowers are rose and orange blossom, in my opinion. And this is an orange blossom fragrance, although it has tuberose. The tuberose is not a punch in your face, believe me. I hate tuberose and I adore this fragrance. Actually, this is the only flanker from L'Interdit that I truly enjoy, and it is probably because the tuberose is not right there. It's not like a punch in my face. And also the orange blossom is a note that I adore. So yeah, it's very beautiful. It's also very elegant as well, but it's perfect for people who love floral fragrances. The other one is A Kiss from a Rose by Kilian. I adore this fragrance. If the person likes floral fragrances, I bet they will like roses in general. Maybe they don't love it, but they would still like it. So if you know by any chance that the person likes roses, this is a must-have. This is not your typical rose. This is not jammy. This is not dark. This is not velvety. This is a green, dewy type of rose. It's rose, like 100% rose. You smell this, yes. Yeah, this is a rose fragrance, but it's super, super special. It's different. It's very cozy at the same time, and it is very feminine. Although supposedly this is a unisex fragrance, to me, at least on my skin, it feels very feminine. So if the person likes feminine fragrances, floral fragrances, I think this would be a hit. And the other fragrance I have in this category is Chelsea Flowers by Bond Number 9. This is a stunning floral fragrance. Nothing groundbreaking in terms of what you get. This is actually like a fresh bouquet of flowers from a super expensive flower shop. Super beautiful, ultra feminine. This is a very sophisticated type of scent. It's not indolic at all. This smells to me like tea flowers. It's very translucent, very transparent. Same with A Kiss from a Rose. It's that type of rose scent. It's absolutely beautiful. Chelsea Flowers, it's gonna be a hit if the person likes florals. There's no particular flower note that overpowers other notes. It's just a bouquet of flowers. So the third category is for the romantic ones. Everybody has a romantic sister, romantic friend, auntie, grandma, mom, you name it, right? And I want to show you guys something that it is non-fragrance related, although it is somehow. And it is this beautiful, gorgeous gift that I received from Roses Forever, New York. I mean, I was completely in shock when they reached out to me. They even let me pick size, colors, and I was blown away. Guys, the roses smell. It's incredible. I would never expect them to smell. Since many years ago, roses don't smell anymore, but they do. They have a special treatment. They last up to 1 year. They are maintenance free. You just put it on your coffee table, on your dresser, on your nightstand, wherever, and you just let them light your room, right? They are absolutely gorgeous. They have different shapes, different sizes, different colors. There's basically one color for each of us. I couldn't believe when I saw this color, because you might think, who on earth will buy this color, right? Well, I will. This matches perfectly the decor I have in my living room. I actually wanted to share with you a picture so you can see how beautiful it looks, even if it could look a little bit bold or weird at first sight. I wanted to show you guys how versatile their roses can be when it comes to color options. They are absolutely gorgeous. I highly encourage you to go to their website. This was a generous gift they sent me. I am super grateful. Roses Forever. I talked with Sylvia. They have an amazing customer service. And this is something I will definitely purchase once my roses die, right? Because after a year, at least a year, they say they last at least a year. But at some point after that year mark, I'm planning on buying a new one because it's a perfect gift, a perfect accessory to my living room. Look how they look from the top. Wherever you see it from, it's just stunning. The box looks like a leather box, and I wish you could smell them. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Roses Forever. I truly love this gift. Now back to the fragrances in this romantic category. I want to introduce you to Petit Cherie by Annick Goutal. This is a super beautiful fragrance, very inoffensive, very safe, very fresh, fruity, bright, sparkly. This is more for the faint of heart. This is more for the introvert, for the shy person. I mean, this is for everyone, right? But in the same way I told you to stay away from Libre Intense if the person is not super confident, I'm gonna tell you that this is exactly the opposite. This is for everyone, especially for people who are more introvert or they are shy, people who don't want to be the center of attention, and Petit Cherie is perfect for that. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, just the bottle looks so beautiful. This is the old packaging. You know, my fragrances are always in the old packaging, as I always say, but regardless, it's super beautiful, very feminine. I absolutely adore this. I like many Annick Goutal fragrances. I have quite a few, and this is one of my favorites. The second fragrance I have in this category, in this romantic category, is Coco Mademoiselle Intense. This is absolutely beautiful. I also love the original, especially because it's my mom's signature scent, but I like this even better. This is a tonka, patchouli, and vanilla concoction. Especially patchouli and tonka are very strong, and even more the patchouli. So still, the patchouli is really well blended, so I wouldn't worry too much about giving this to someone, but it's a strong fragrance. It's a strong fragrance. Don't be misled by the beautiful packaging. It looks super delicate. I'm not saying it's not a delicate fragrance, but it's not like Petit Cherie at all. This has a lot of presence. It's bold, it's bright, and it is very intoxicating. People love it, and I think it's a pretty safe blind buy. If you ask me between this one or the original, me personally, I like this one better, but I think both are equally safe if you want to give it to someone who is a romantic. And guys, the third one in this category is Gris Dior. This fragrance is so beautiful. I think Dior is one of the houses that make the best with the roses. They cultivate their own roses in grass. They harvest their own roses. At least that is my understanding. And what they did here with Gris Dior, which was Gris Montagne before, years ago it was called Gris Montagne. This is not a new fragrance, but it's beautiful. This is a very dewy type of scent. It's a perfect fragrance for a rainy day, for example, especially during the winter. Very safe. I would say Gris Dior is safer than Coco Mademoiselle, either the original or the intense version. This is more in line with Petit Cherie. I think Petit Cherie is even more quiet than Gris Dior, but still they are pretty much in line. They are not similar at all, but they are aligned in terms of vibes. So yeah, I think this is a very safe gift. So moving on, guys, we have here the gourmand category. Remember, people who are not into fragrances are not gonna tell you they love gourmand fragrances. They might tell you they like sweet fragrances, right? And in this category, I think it's a category I have more to share. Actually, I have way more fragrances under each category, but I don't want to make this video extra long. However, this category, I think it's one of the most appealing, and that's why I wanted to include an extra one. So the first one I have on my list is Mugler Intense. This is by far my favorite among all the flankers. They are all beautiful, but this has that extra vanilla punch that it makes the fragrance very unique. You will also get a lot of the lavender, but it's not as strong as it is in the other flankers. Here, the vanilla is more present, and it's what you will get during all the time this fragrance remains on your skin. So yeah, it's pretty strong in vanilla, very beautiful. It smells very expensive. There are many fragrances in the designer mainstream category that are true gems, and they truly smell niche. So don't be just narrow-minded thinking that you only need to spend on niche fragrances to smell sophisticated and luxurious and expensive. That's simply not true. And yeah, this is one of those cases. This fragrance smells very expensive, same as Libre Intense, and they are in the designer category. They're definitely more affordable than many niche fragrances, and everybody loves this. This is a crowd pleaser, so, and I can hands down recommend this fragrance if your beloved ones or your friends love sweet fragrances. So the next one, guys, is Girl of Now. This fragrance is also very beautiful, very intoxicating, very nutty, very sticky, very syrupy, very sexy. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's very sweet, so you have to make sure the person truly enjoys sweet fragrances, and a little goes a long way. Remember, this is very beautiful. If the person likes sweet fragrances, I think you will be safe giving them this one. But again, you have to make sure they truly love sweet fragrances, especially fragrances that resemble pastries or bakery, which this is the case. So the next one is Angel Eau de Toilette. It's a gorgeous scent. I will never get rid of anything Angel. I love it. I'm Team Angel. I hate Alien and all the flankers except for Alien Mirage. But when it comes to Angel, gosh, this is beautiful. It's still chocolatey, but it's not as strong as the Eau de Parfum. I prefer the Eau de Toilette over the Eau de Parfum. And if the person loves sweet fragrances, they will love this one. But again, I will give them the Eau de Toilette instead of the Eau de Parfum. The sillage is better, but the fragrance itself is less cloying, less overwhelming. And yeah, I don't know one person who enjoys sweet fragrances who doesn't like Angel. And the last one, I recently talked about this fragrance, is New York Nights by Bond Number 9. Beautiful scent. As I said, I'm not gonna dive deep into the notes, but this is a very, very beautiful fragrance. It smells very expensive, very luxurious, but it's a quiet scent. This is bougie, but it's not loud, if it makes sense. Very, very beautiful. It's very smooth, very, very beautiful, very feminine. I don't think this is a unisex fragrance. It's beautiful. It's perfect for layering, especially with coffee scents, as I said, and it's just beautiful. Friend, if you want to give your beloved one something special, something bougie, but quiet at the same time, yeah, New York Nights makes a very, very great gift. One thing I forgot to mention is that there are many other gourmand fragrances out there, even fragrances that I talked about before. Like, to me, Italica is the queen of the gourmands. However, Italica is not a safe blind buy, especially if you don't even know the person. So even if you just know the person likes sweet fragrances, I will never ever recommend that you buy Italica. However, New York Nights or any of the other three I just mentioned are perfect. And now we are in the classy category. This is for my classy ladies, and we can't talk about classicism if we don't talk about Coco by Chanel. This is Coco Eau de Parfum, a very warm, ambery, resinous, balmy type of scent. This is one of the fragrances that even if you don't know the person, I would say 99% sure she will love it. It's a crowd pleaser. Both men and women enjoy this fragrance. They both love this fragrance. I get tons of compliments from men and women. This is one of the safest gifts you can buy. This is even safer than Coco Mademoiselle, both of them, because the patchouli, especially in the intense version, it's really strong. Also the tonka. So even if they are safe gifts, all of the fragrances I'm mentioning here are pretty safe, but this is even safer. The second one is Eau de Soir. I know I talk about this all the time. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is the epitome of class. This fragrance is a class act. I received tons of compliments, so I can tell you that it is a crowd pleaser, because every single time I wear this fragrance, I get massive compliments. Same with Coco. Every time I wear this fragrance, I receive massive compliments both from men and women. It is really, really beautiful. It's a stunning chypre floral. It has those type of old Hollywood vibes, kind of vintagey style. It's a fragrance that will elevate any outfit. Everybody will feel super confident wearing this, but this is not for everyone. This is for someone classy, of course, but for someone that you truly know. This is not a safe blind buy either. But if it is a classy lady that you know, and you know her lifestyle, and you know if she has social life, if you know all those deets, I think this fragrance could be a really great gift. And the last one in this classy category is Coromandel by Chanel, and this belongs to the Les Exclusifs line. So Coromandel is it's such a beautiful, elegant, classy type of scent. But again, I wouldn't say this is a safe blind buy either. But if you know that person, loves Chanel, for example, she will love this. This smells very different, smells super expensive, super luxurious. It actually smells like understated luxury. No big logos, no bells and whistles, just pure class and understated luxury. So if your friend, your mom, your grandma, your sister, your auntie is that lady, she will love Coromandel. It's a very mossy type of scent. I always say Coromandel reminds me when it rains. It reminds me of wet pavement, reminds me of the streets. It's very mossy, but it's absolutely beautiful. It has chocolate, white chocolate actually in the composition, but you won't smell the chocolate. The chocolate, I think, only gives some depth and a little bit of creaminess. But it's not a sweet fragrance. This is not a gourmand scent at all. So yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favorite. Coromandel. So guys, the next gift category is for those who are the life of the party. If you know someone who's like that, I can tell you that boozy fragrances tend to be a great hit. And we can't talk about boozy fragrances if we don't talk about Angel's Share. Absolutely beautiful, very sweet, syrupy, absolutely intoxicating, like only Kilian does. Very, very, very beautiful, very bougie, very over the top. If the person you are planning on giving a gift is like that, she will definitely like this. This is actually unisex, but I think it smells better on women, and actually it pulls a little bit more feminine than masculine. So the other one for the life of the party is Eau for Greatness by Initio. This is the only fragrance by Initio that I truly love. I also like Atomic Rose. I don't love it, but I like it. And I kind of like a couple more, but the only one I love is Eau for Greatness. This is actually unisex. It leans more masculine than feminine, but it's stunning. It has a smoky note that makes this fragrance very, very unique. Like, it's smoky. It's not like incense. This is smoky. This is like tobacco, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is not for the faint of heart. Again, this is for the life of the party, for the soul of the party, those that like to party all night long, people who really enjoy going out, clubbing. This fragrance is perfect for them, and they can share it with their significant other. This is for a very, very bold personality. And the last fragrance for the life of the party is Kayali Vanilla 28. This is so, so beautiful, guys. It's very sweet, slightly chocolatey. It's perfect for night outs, for date nights. It's one of my most favorite vanillas in the market. Super wearable. It's perfect for layering. It's a fragrance that I only wear during the night. It's perfect for date nights, night outs with the girls, with your significant other, with friends. It's just great. I think this would be a great gift if the person is the life of the party, and if on top of that you know that person loves sweet fragrances, then this is a great option. So now we are in the sexy category, and I start my list with Ruby and Vanilla Intense. This fragrance is everything I can ask for. It's one of my favorites in my entire collection. It's the most unique vanilla I've ever tried. And yeah, it smells super, super luxurious, super sexy. It's a crowd pleaser. I always get massive compliments from men and women, especially from men. They love this. I don't know what they make here, what concoction is this, but it's absolutely addictive and intoxicating. Yeah, if the person is a sexy one, if she likes to be the center of attention, she will love this. The second on my list, guys, is Jasmine Rouge by Tom Ford. This is also stunning. This is pretty indolic, I would say, and it's very strong in spices. It's a very long-lasting fragrance, very smooth, very velvety, very intoxicating, ultra sexy. This is like sexiness in a bottle. It's absolutely beautiful, guys. Really, really nice. If she likes to wear sexy clothes, I'm pretty sure she will love Jasmine Rouge. And the last one in this category is Scarlet Poppy by Jo Malone. This is beautiful. This is very similar to Rolling in Love. It's nutty, it's creamy, it's almost lactonic, very beautiful, very sexy. It's pretty unique. Aside from the fact that it reminds me of Rolling in Love, it doesn't remind me of anything else I've smelled. Even comparing it to other nutty fragrances, this smells very, very unique. Yeah, it is very similar to Rolling in Love, but aside from that, it's very unique. It's gorgeous, very, very sexy. Oh, super nutty and creamy. I love it. Scarlet Poppy by Jo Malone. Now we are in the bougie category, and I have three amazing options. So the first one is Danger Eau de Parfum by Rouge. This is a sandalwood fragrance. In fact, this is 99% similar to Samsara, to the original Samsara. I still prefer the original Samsara, but regardless, it's a beautiful, beautiful scent. Very sexy, very sophisticated at the same time, but it is super bougie, super over the top. I think this is a fragrance that if you know the person like creamy scents, woody scents. They might not tell you they like those type of notes. If you know that person, you know what they are talking about. If someone tells me creamy and sweet, the first thing that would come to my mind will be sandalwood for sure. Of course, it's not the only note that it's creamy and sweet, but it will probably be the first note I will think of. And this makes a perfect gift if you can afford this, because it's not inexpensive. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's a great alternative. But if you can afford this, please go and buy Samsara, because it's almost identical. If you can find the original Samsara online, like eBay for example, or Mercari, the original Samsara, especially the one around 1992, that one, which is pre-reformulation, it's very similar to this one. Yeah, but it's a gorgeous fragrance. The bottle is stunning, and this could make a perfect gift. So the second bougie fragrance I have for today is B9 by Bond Number 9. This is what I would call a Vegas type of fragrance. This is loud, this is bougie, this is over the top. If you want to knock everybody's socks off, you have to wear a B9, because you will knock everybody's socks off. It's very sexy, very bougie, smells super expensive, super different. This is one of the most different fragrances in the market. Every time somebody gives me a compliment and they ask me, what is this? The pattern is that they are surprised. They always tell me, I never smell anything like that. And it's true, it's very unique. I absolutely love it. And the last bougie fragrance for today is Baccarat Rouge 540. Yes, it is very bougie, undeniable. I think it's no longer an exclusive fragrance, although it's very expensive. There are so many dupes out there, and all the wannabes that they want to be like Baccarat, even if they are not at a dupe level. But Baccarat Rouge 540, as I said in many videos before, it's no longer an exclusive fragrance. However, it is beautiful. It is a mass appealing type of scent. It is very bougie, smells very expensive. I always say that to me, Baccarat doesn't smell elegant, doesn't smell sophisticated. It smells money, period. If that's what you want to smell, Baccarat Rouge 540 is for you. It's very bougie, it smells super expensive, it smells like money. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not, I wouldn't say it's an elegant fragrance per se, but it's definitely a beautiful scent. If you want to buy a gift for a person who's very bougie, who probably is into trends and fashion, she will definitely appreciate Baccarat Rouge 540. So the next category is for those who love to smell clean. You know, people who love to smell like laundry, people who love to smell clean. Well, for those people, I have 3 options here, and I will start this list with Blanche. Not that it smells like laundry. I always say I wish my laundry detergent would smell like this, even the softener. They don't smell like Blanche. I wish, but they don't. However, this is a super clean, super clean type of scent, a typical Byredo scent, almost astringent, very clean, very translucent, very sheer. If you like to smell clean, look no farther than Blanche. The second option I have is Patchouli Blanc by Reminiscence. Reminiscence is a house that it's not that common here in the US, but you can still find it online. I think FragranceNet carries most of them, not the entire line, but they carry most of them. It's very beautiful. It's a Patchouli Blanc. To me, it's more musk than patchouli, but it's gorgeous. This is a gorgeous scent. It smells very clean. It's a perfect fragrance for bedtime, and it's very calming, very relaxing. It's a very elegant scent, honestly. It smells very clean, but it doesn't smell astringent. Absolutely gorgeous. And the third one in this category is Pure Musk by Narciso Rodriguez. It is very beautiful, very musky. This is musk on steroids. It's very powdery, very sheer, very innocent. If you don't really know what to give that person, I think this one would be a safe bet. Actually, this category is very safe. If you really don't know what to buy for a person and you still want to buy a fragrance, I strongly suggest that you go for clean smelling type of scents. Yeah, this is beautiful, guys. Pure Musk by Narciso Rodriguez. It's not as powdery as his other scents. Yeah, Narciso Rodriguez is renowned for having very powdery scents. This is not that powdery. This is more cottony. This is very cozy, very warm. But yeah, it's Pure Musk. And they couldn't have picked a better name. Guys, the next category is for the fresh fragrances, for those people who just like fresh fragrances. And for those, I have 3 perfect scents. And I start my list with Mugler Porcelain by Hermes. This is a very beautiful fragrance, very fresh, very juicy. It smells like honeydew to me. Yeah, it's very, very juicy, very invigorating, very energizing. This is a fragrance you could pull off all year round. Actually, fresh fragrances, conversely to what most people think, they are not typically summer scent. Of course, in summer we tend to reach for fresh fragrances, but they are not necessarily. The fact that they are fresh doesn't mean that they are tropical, if it makes sense. So this is definitely a fragrance people can pull off all year round. It's very, very beautiful and yeah, very, very fresh. The second one, which is more affordable, is Rosa Verde by Valentino. Beautiful fragrance. This is a flanker I like the most from their Valentino Donna. It's not that common. It's becoming harder to find now. I don't know why, but it's beautiful. Probably because it's beautiful. I love it. It's really, really nice, very refreshing, very invigorating as well, very zen. This fragrance actually puts me in a zen state of mind. It's very, very relaxing. I actually did a video about that. If the person likes fresh fragrances, they will love this. The main difference, aside from the price, this is more pricey. The main difference is that this is sweet. This is a sweet fragrance. Well, this is not. This is slightly drier, but still super, super fresh, not sweet at all. And yeah, they are completely different scents, but both very invigorating, both very energizing, and people who love fresh fragrances will enjoy both. I would say this is safer because it's not sweet. In the third one, let me put it here. The third one I have in this category is Highline by Bond number 9. This is a very beautiful fragrance. It has tulips. Usually you don't see tulips in perfumery, and this has tulips. This is a green floral type of scent, very contemporary, a very urban chic type of scent, like most Bond number 9 fragrances. Very, very beautiful. This is also a safe gift. I would say it's one of the safest fragrances from Bond. It's absolutely beautiful, very fresh, again, very invigorating. It's pure energy. I love this. I love Highline. And my last category for today, guys, is for those people who enjoy tropical fragrances regardless where they live, which is perfectly fine. There are no rules. You wear what you want and what brings joy to your life, right? And yeah, some people enjoy tropical fragrances all year round. Some other people live in tropical places or they are entering summer right now. And for this category, I also have 3 fragrances, and I start my list with Pacific Park. I already talked about this fragrance before, like 6 months ago, right before the summer started. I think it's in my juicy fragrances. I will link the video here. It's beautiful. It's by Simone Andreoli. It's an Italian niche house. This is a tropical vacation in a bottle. As I mentioned in that video, this fragrance to me smells like the lobby of a very luxurious resort. It's very, very beautiful. Next one in this category, it's also a fragrance I talk about many times, and it is Sol Cheirosa 62 by Sol de Janeiro. This is made by the same people who made the Bum Bum Cream. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. This is also like a tropical vacation in a bottle. It's very strong in caramel and pistachios. It's very nutty, very creamy, very tropical. In summer, it's a heavy hitter. It lasts long on my skin. I also layer this with the Bum Bum Cream in match made in heaven, guys. It's beautiful. But it's very nutty and extremely sweet. Not everybody who likes sweet fragrances might even like this, but it is beautiful. If you know that person and if you know that they enjoy fragrances that resemble pastries, for example, at that level of sweetness, they will love this fragrance. The third one and last, guys, in this category is Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. It's a fragrance I adore. Smells really nice. It smells expensive for this category. I think it smells way more expensive than Sol Cheirosa. It's very, very beautiful. People love it. This is a crowd pleaser, and it's a type of fragrance that regardless how much you overspray, you won't bother anyone. It has a very beautiful sillage, very tropical, very comforting, very beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Tropical vacation in a bottle as well. And although this is sweet, it's not on an edible level, at least not to my nose. So I think this is even safer than Sol Cheirosa. So this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my holiday gift guide with affordable and niche fragrances. I know it's a little bit too early, but if you are an organized person like I am, and if you want to get good deals online, given the fact that fragrances tend to have a long shelf life, I think it's a good idea to start early. And that way you will be able, as I said, to get better deals and to be more organized, and you don't have to rush at the very last minute. So yeah, this was the idea I came up for you now, and I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.